Right, so here we go. We got the iBox Universal 2. This is a real learning curve. I've fitted iBox ones for 20 years. This has come out. I've looked online. There's not great videos from Hans Grohe about how to fit it. There's a Spanish guy and a French guy fitting it, and that was quite helpful, but I thought I'd make a video myself. So like I say, this is going to be a learning curve. So not everything I do here is going to be precisely exact. I've learned that you can remove this green fixing plate by unlocking with an Allen key these plastic clips here. You can pull it off and you can reverse it and put it on the back, which is helpful when you're screwing it to stuff. I think it has it on the front if you want to use stud fixings, and fix it on the back. Bit of a fiddle. Eventually it clips on after a lot of fiddling. I do hate new products. I like them when they're been there for a while. You can trust them. Anyway, you clip these back and it locks it on and it fits it onto the back for fixing. Now I've already chiselled out my wall. I've gone to the usual 60mm. I'm going to be putting a tile, well, a Jacko board on top of that wall, which is going to bring it out. Oh, also this thing comes with a cover plate with 4 little points there that help you mark the back of your board to cut it out. So here we go. So it says 15mm threads. I've got a normal male iron to copper 15mm, screw it in and it gets really tight. So I phoned Grohe up, and after speaking to about 4 people, someone eventually told me it needs a parallel thread, which is a thread like this. And not many things have a parallel thread, but what I did find has a parallel thread is a straight 15mm compression coupling. So parallel thread to avoid future problems, because if you put in a tapered thread it could split the brass housing. Right, everyone's going to moan at me here, but I do just solder the compression fittings straight on, and I've been doing it this way for about 30 years and never had a problem, touch wood. And I've never had a compression fitting then in the wall that could come loose and leak. I just like to do it this way because it just minimises the amount of mechanical joints, and they do solder up just fine, like I'm doing here. I know people are going to say you're a bodger. Well, we've all got our tried and tested ways of doing things, and as you can see they solder up nice, and the solder runs right the way through to the inside. So just PTFE tape these, and I put a bit of silicone on the top of the PTFE tape, and it always seems to get me a good result. So just tighten that up, wind in all the connections. I'd already checked where they stopped and marked them. Oh, this is a point. When you fix this green thing to the wall, you can undo those little clips with the Allen key and you can adjust it out and then lock it in place. I realised that afterwards. So when you fix it to the wall, if you haven't got it quite level or you need to bring it out a bit further, the valve, you can do that. Now this is where I started getting a bit muddled up. It's not entirely clear how far you set this thing in the wall, because it's got this sleeve now that slips in and out, whereas on the iBox one it just stuck out and you trimmed it off when you finished tiling. So this thing goes in and out. It's supposed to be helpful. I don't find it helpful. So I think it's minimum you can set this in is like 108 millimeters according to it, and then to the actual back of the valve, not the back of the green thing, and then the other, your maximum is 80. So what I do is I usually set up a board like this to just hold it in the wall, get it level, got the laser on it. So that's my depth. So once I've tiled on top, I should be well within the tolerances. So I'm aiming for about 90 mil from the front face of the tile to the back of the wall. It has got this little bubble level. It's not very helpful. So I just level it up the old school way, across the front, down the side, and across the wall to make sure it's square in the wall. And now everyone's going to moan about this, but because this block wall, I've only got about 40 mil left on it, I can't really fix into it because it's very crumbly. So I get the unit as level, well, actually really level, and then carefully just foam it and let that go off, and then that will set very well and hold it in a level position, from which point I will start plumbing it up. So this is kind of part one of the video, and I hope you find it useful. I really was looking for a useful video, so I've made this. Hope it helps. Stay tuned for part two.